Children, it is a continuation of the chapter friction. Children, now let us discuss about the advantages of friction. Friction between pen and paper helps us to write on the paper. You could not write with pen or pencil if there were no friction. When your teacher is writing with chalk or on the blackboard, its rough surface rubs off some chalk particle which stick to the blackboard. Then you can see the words or anything written on the blackboard. If there is no friction between the chalk and the blackboard, now your teacher can't write on the blackboard and the learning becomes difficult. And also, friction between our feet and the ground allows our movement like standing, walking, and running, etc. So, to run, to walk, or to stand, friction is required. That is one of the most important use of friction. That is one of the important advantage of friction. Friction between the surface of the road and the tires of the vehicle allow the vehicles to move without slipping. If there is no friction between the tires of the automobiles and the road, they could not be started or stopped or turned to change the direction of the motion. So, friction is required to change the direction of the motion, to start the vehicle, and also to stop the vehicle. That is due to the friction between the tire and the surface of the road. If an object started moving, it would never stop if there were no friction. So, to stop the vehicle, friction is required. To start the vehicle also, friction is required. Therefore, friction is must in many situations. And also, you could not fix a nail on the wall or you could not tie a knot without friction. So, to fix a nail on the wall, friction is required, and to tie a knot, friction is required. And also to construct the building, friction is required. So, nail can be fixed in the wall due to friction. If there is no friction, you can't fix the nail in the wall. That is also one of the use of the friction. When you strike a matchstick against the rough surface of the matchbox, here it catches fire. And to get the fire, here we are using the friction. In the olden days also, people used friction to get the fire. So that is also one of the uses of the friction. And also to get the fire in the olden days, people used to rub the two stones. So they got the fire by the friction. Children, now let us discuss about the disadvantages of friction. In many situations, friction is undesirable. Friction is not required. Here, when you are playing the carom board, if there is more friction, here carom pawn and strike will not move properly. So, here you will lose the interest. So, here in this situation, friction is to be reduced as the friction is not required. And also, friction causes moving objects to stop or slow down when that is not wanted. Friction produces heat. This heat causes the wastage of energy in machines. Here, the heat produced by the friction causes the wastage of energy in machines, and also friction causes wear and tear of moving parts of machinery, and also it damages the soles of shoes. In many cases, you can have the bad effects of the friction. So friction is also having disadvantages. In this way, you can conclude that in some situation friction is desirable and in some situation friction is undesirable. As in many situations it is advantageous for us and in many situations it is disadvantageous for us. Children, now you write about the advantages of friction. So the first one is friction helps in handling the object. Friction helps in handling the object. Friction between the hand and object enables us to handle the object. So to handle the object, friction is required. Without friction, no building can be constructed. So to construct the building, friction is required. Helps in writing. Friction helps in writing. Friction between the pen and paper or pencil and paper enables us to write on the paper. And friction helps in standing, walking and running. Friction helps in standing, walking and running. Friction between our feet and the ground allows our movements like standing, walking and running. And frictions helps in the movement of vehicle. Friction between the surface of the road and the tires of the vehicle allow the vehicles to move without slipping. So, friction helps to avoid the slipping. These are the some advantages of friction. Next, you write down the disadvantages of friction. Then, what are the disadvantages of friction? You write down the disadvantages of friction are friction causes moving objects to stop or slow down. Unnecessarily, sometimes friction causes the moving objects to stop or slow down. Friction produces heat, causing wastage of energy in machine. Here, there is a loss of energy in the form of heat due to the friction. And friction causes wear and tear of moving parts of machinery and also soles of shoes, etc. These are the some disadvantages of friction. The one of the effect of friction is friction produces heat. You know that friction produces heat. That's why rubbing your hands together makes them warmer. But do you know why friction causes the molecules on rubbing surfaces to move faster? So they have more energy. You know that on rubbing the kinetic energy of the molecule increases. As the kinetic energy of the molecule increases, heat content also increases. So the molecules will have more energy. This gives them a high temperature. By using the friction between the matchstick and surface of the matchbox, the matchstick will catch a fire. You know that to light the matchstick, you can use the friction here. That is, friction helps us to light the matchstick. And on the other hand, heat from friction between moving parts inside a car engine can be a big problem. Here, the friction causes the car to overheat. In this situation, friction must be reduced to reduce the heat. How is friction reduced between the moving parts in a car engine? To reduce friction, oil is added to the engine. The oil coats the surface of the moving parts and make them slippery. They slide over each other more easily, so there is less friction. And in many cases, the friction produces the heat and there is a loss of energy in the form of heat. So, heat produced by the friction is sometimes useful and sometimes it is a hindrance. Now let us discuss about the methods of increasing the friction and the methods of reducing the friction. You know that in many cases friction is desirable. In many cases friction is required. And in some other cases friction is undesirable. When the friction is desirable, in that cases we have to increase the friction. And the friction is undesirable, in that case we have to reduce the friction. And what are the methods of increasing the friction? You know that the situation in which the friction are desirable are in walking and in the movement of the vehicle like this way. Here you know that without friction you would not be able to walk. The wheels on a vehicle would have no grip on a road surfacing and the vehicles would not be able to move forward. So to increase the friction, what you have to do? To increase friction, we have to increase the roughness of the surface in contact. We have to increase the roughness of the surface in contact. For example, treading of shoes and tires is done to increase the friction. Sole of your shoe is grooved to provide the shoes better grip on the floor so that you can move safely, and also the treaded tires of cars, trucks and bulldozers provide better grip with the ground. Observe the tires of bulldozer, bus and other vehicles. They are treaded. Tires are treaded. Treaded tires provide better grip with the ground. So that gives the safety to the moving vehicle. In many cases, friction is undesirable. Friction is not required because friction causes mechanical parts to seize and wear out. So to avoid this, we have to reduce the friction. And what are the methods of reducing friction? So friction can be reduced by decreasing roughness of the surface in contact. That you have to increase the smoothness. And also friction can be reduced by using lubricants. And friction can be minimized by ball bearing between machine parts. And the fluid friction can be minimized by giving suitable shape to the objects moving in the fluids. You know that aeroplanes, helicopters are moving in the air. So the shape of the bird will be given to them to minimize the friction. And also ship, boat, all these are having the shape of the fish to reduce the friction to move in the fluids. So here, depending upon the situation, you can minimize the friction. While playing the carom, you are sprinkling the fine powder on the carom board. And also you might have noticed that when a few drops of oil are poured on the hinges of a door, the door moves smoothly. Bicycle and a motor machine use grease between the moving parts of the machines. In all the above cases, we want to reduce the friction in order to increase the efficiency, because in many cases friction reduces the efficiency of the machinery parts. So to increase the efficiency, we have to decrease the friction. To decrease the friction, we have to use some lubricants. And what are lubricants? Lubricant is a substance introduced between two surfaces in contact to reduce friction. And in many cases you are using oil, grease or graphite to reduce the friction. When oil, grease or graphite is applied between the moving parts of a machine, a thin layer is formed there and moving surface do not directly rub against each other. Here smoothness between the contact of the two surfaces decreases. The smoothness of the surfaces which are in contact decreases and the friction also reduces. So interlocking of irregularities is avoided to a great extent by using the oil, grease or graphite etc. So movement becomes smooth. So what are lubricants? They are the substances which reduce friction. Here lubricants are the substance which reduce the friction. That is, what is lubricant? A substance that is introduced between two surfaces in contact to reduce friction. In some machines, it may not be advisable to use oil as lubricant. An air cushion between the moving parts is used to reduce frictions. In that cases, here what they are using, air cushion between the moving parts to reduce the friction. And also in many cases, they are using wheel to reduce the friction. By using the wheel also you can reduce the friction. Therefore, one of the method of reducing the friction is using wheel. So friction can be reduced by using wheel. And trolley bags are having a wheel, so you can carry the luggage by using the trolley bags. So that is, by using the wheel you can reduce the friction. But is it possible to reduce friction to zero? Can we reduce friction to zero by polishing surfaces or using large amount of lubricants? No, friction can never be entirely eliminated. No surface is perfectly smooth. Some irregularities are always there. So it is not possible to get the zero friction. So we can't reduce friction to zero, and even by polishing the surfaces you can't get zero friction. Even by using large amount of lubricants you can't get zero friction. So friction cannot be eliminated entirely. No surface is perfectly smooth, but you can reduce the friction to some extent. Finally, you can conclude that friction is a necessary evil. You know that friction is a evil because it causes many problems, but it is required. It is needed. So friction is a necessary evil. How you can clarify it? In many situations of daily life, friction is needed. Without friction, we can't do some work. So without friction, we cannot hold objects in our hand. To hold the object, friction is required. The friction between the object and the hand helps us to handle the object. And we cannot walk without friction. Friction between our foot and the floor helps us to walk. And without friction, we cannot light a matchstick. And without friction, we cannot construct a building. To construct the building also friction is required. To light a matchstick also friction is required. So, but sometimes friction is undesirable. In many cases, friction is desirable, it is required. But in many cases, friction is undesirable, it is not required, it causes problem. So, what are the examples? Friction between the machinery parts causes wear and tear. Heat produced by the friction causes wastage of energy. Friction is having advantages and also disadvantages. So, wherever necessary, we have to use the friction. Wherever it is not required, we have to avoid the friction. So, as friction is advantageous to us, it is considered as a friend. In many cases, it is a friend. It is required. It must. But you know that due to its disadvantages, it is an evil. Because of many advantages, in many cases, it causes problem. Because of its many disadvantages, it is an evil. Depending upon the circumstances, friction can be a help or hindrance. In many cases, it is a help. In many cases, it is a hindrance. Therefore, you can clarify that friction is a necessary evil. It is also evil, it is also required. So totally you can say that friction is a necessary evil. Now let us once again glance what you have learnt. Friction opposes the relative motion between two surfaces in contact. It acts on both the surfaces. And friction depends on the nature of the surfaces in contact. For a given pair of surfaces, friction depends upon the state of smoothness of those surfaces. Friction depends on how hard the two surfaces press together. Static friction comes into play when we try to move an object at rest. Sliding friction comes with play when an object is sliding over another. Sliding friction is smaller than static friction. Friction is important for many of our activities. Friction can be increased by making a surface rough. The sole of the shoes and the tires of the vehicle are tried to increase the friction. The friction is sometimes undesirable. Friction can be reduced by using lubricants. When one body rolls over another body, rolling friction comes into play. Rolling friction is smaller than the sliding friction. In many machines, friction is reduced by using ball bearings. Fluid friction can be minimized by giving suitable shapes to bodies moving in fluids. These are the points that you have learned in this chapter.